we'll be looking at colors in CSS. I know you've been seeing me type colors here and there. I say how do we get to understand the colors that we have in CSS? So colors are used to make designs come alive and look vibrant. We have made use of several colors in our previous examples in this course by specifying color names. But there are other ways of defining colors in CSS. We have Rgba or Rgb. We have X using hexadecimal. We have HSL and HSLA. First, we'll look at the Rgb/Rgba. So this is written in functional notation and has three basic colors: red, green, and blue. So for example, let's start with our normal p tag. Hello, welcome to Instant Hub. Let's select our p tag color. So now we won't use the normal color names we've been used to. So now let's use Rgb. So just as I mentioned, the Rgb's, R stands for red. This is a functional notation. You can see that it looks like a function. Rgb with two brackets in front. So the R stands for red, the G stands for green, while the B stands for blue. So whenever you add A to it, A represents alpha. The alpha is more like a transparency level. Do you understand? But let's just focus on the Rgb first. We'll move to the Rgba. So the R can be increased from 0 to 255. That's the way the color system works. So the G also can be increased from 0 to what? 255. The blue also can be increased from 0 to what? 255. Can you see? So 255 for the red, 255 for the green, 255 for the blue. It means that we are using a color white. So let's save this. You see that our p tag will fade out. Why? Because it's color white. Can you see? So now if we decide to say, since it's a range, that means from 0 to 255, let's use 0 all through. 0, 0, 0. What do we have? We have black. Can you see? So okay, now let's not play around with it. Let's say we want to increase just the 0 alone to 255. Sorry, the first letter R to 255. Can you see? Red. Okay, let's now turn the red back to 0. Let's increase the green alone to 255. Let's save that. Can you see? Green. So let's change this green also back to 0. Let's change the blue to 255. Can you see? Color change to blue. So this is how the Rgba works. So if we decide to say, okay, I want to increase the green and red, the green and blue to 255. 255. Can you see? It changes the color. So it mixes, this is a combination, a color mixture of green and blue. So this is the color we have, green and blue. So if I decide to say, okay, let me make the 0, 0, and the green 0, let me change the red to 255. Can you see? So it mixes, this is a combination of red and blue together. So let's change the blue to 0. And let's change the green to 255. Can you see? So the combination of red and green gives you yellow. So this is the yellow color. Do you understand? So now, let's now play around with it. So if we decide to add our A to it now, Rgba. So A is alpha, the transparency level. We can now say the A is can be from 0 to 1. So the A is always from 0. Let's say we want to increase the transparency of this from, let's make it 0 initially. Can you see? Can you see that it fades out of the screen? So let's begin to increase its transparency. Since we say it's from 0 to 1, we can say 0.5. Can you see? It's coming up. 0.6. Can you see it's coming up? 0.7. Can you see it's coming up? 0.9. Can you see? 1. Can you see? So most color co-editor, they have this color picker. So this represents the transparency level. You can see immediately I begin to drag this, it changes the transparency level, the alpha level, can you see, to almost showing nothing. So let's select this now. Can you see? So let me save this. Can you see it fades out of the screen? Though it's still there, but it just fades out of the screen. So this is the Rgba color. So we can decide to say, okay, let me remove the Rgba transparency level. So let me play around a bit with this. Let's say, since we say this range from 0 to 255, let me use another thing. Let me use something like 76, 175, and 8. Oh, you can see the color. So this is like a shade of green. Just by combining, let me remove the A here so I won't confuse you. You can see a shade of green. So if I decide to toy with the transparency level of this, I can just add another value here from 0 to 1. I can just say, okay, let me say 0.5 just to reduce the transparency a bit. You can see the color becomes faint. So if I decide to make it 0.1, you can see, though it's showing, it's very faint, very faint. So if I decide to change it to 1 now, see it becomes very bright. Can you see? So that's what the A represents, the alpha, the transparency level. You can use it to change the transparency level of the color. So let's look at the X color system now. So the X color system can be generated using hexadecimal values. So this system operates with values ranging from 0, 00 to FF. So that's like hexadecimal from 0 to 9. Then from 9 it starts from A, B, C, D. So let's take a look at that. So let's remove our Rgba color system. So whenever you're using the X, you start with a pound sign. And since we said it ranges from 0 to FF, so 0, 0, 0, that's the first value, which is more like the R. The next 2, 0, which is more like the G. The next 2, 0, which is more like the F. And sorry, the B, which is the blue. So when you do this, we have what? Save it, we have black. So when we give the first 2, 0 the highest value, which is FF, what do you think that will be? That will be red. Can you see? So when we change back to 0, just like we have with the RGB. So the next two F values, let's make it FF. Can you see? We have green. Let's change it back to 0. The last two 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, FF. Can you see? We have blue. So that's the hexadecimal. So it ranges from 0 to FF. So just by playing with these values here, by playing with the two, so this is more like, let me just write RR. This is more like GG, green. This is more like BB. So red, green, and blue. Let's use FF all through. Let's give them the highest value. Let's give the first 2 0 F the highest value. Next 2 zeros F the highest value. Next 2 0 F the highest value. Can you see? So that's white. So our P tag fades out of the screen. So let's look at the next color system, which is HSL. So this color system defines color in its hue, HUE, saturation, and lightness, and it has an optional value alpha channel, just like the Rgba, which is used to change the transparency level. It has a functional. It's also a functional. That's a functional notation, just like the Rgba. So color, we have HSL. So you can see the editor is always telling us hue, saturation, and lightness. Hue rotates 360. White, saturation, and lightness are represented in percentage from 0 to 100. So what we mean by that is the H can be from, like, say it's always in degree. Let's use 150. In degree from 0 to 360. So while the saturation and lightness is always between the percentage value 0 to 100. So we can decide to use let's use 50%. 50. I think you have to put the percentage sign. Can you see? So let's increase this to something like 270. So you can, okay, can you see? So let's change it back to 150. Can you see it growing? So we can also add the alpha channel to it and say, okay, this green, let's from 0 to 1, and reduce the transparency level. Let's say 0.5. Can you see? The transparency level is reduced. Let's say 0.1. Can you see? Though it's still showing, but very faint. Yeah, so HS. So that means you have to add the A. You have to add the A. So HSLA. So the A represents the alpha channel transparency level. So you can also increase it. Let's take it back to 0.9. Can you see? So when we save that, it becomes very bright. Understand? So this is the actual alpha channel. So this is like, let's increase this to the highest value, 360. Can you see? Change it to red. So this is the saturation. Let's increase the saturation. So let me see. Let me reduce it to like 20%. Can you see? Can you see the saturation changed? Can you see? Let's increase the lightness. Let me increase the lightness. Very light. So let me reduce it. Let's see. I think it should become thicker now. Sorry. Can you see? Thicker. So that's the way to use HSLA. So you don't have to memorize all these colors. They are color palettes or pickers. Just like when you hover this, you can see the editor is already showing you how to select different colors. You can move around here to select different colors. Can you see? Different colors. You can decide to move around here also to select different colors. Can you see? Generate color. But also you can also, there are sites you can go to check for different colors. Let's look at some examples here. We have color. Let's just type it in Google. Colors. So you can see super fast color scheme generator. Can you see? These are color palettes. You can decide, okay, let's decide to take this color. Let's select it by clicking on it. So it shows us the X value. You can decide to change the X value. Say, okay, you want it to be in Rgba. Select the Rgba value, copy it. Let's take it to our editor. Let's use it here. Okay, so let's wrap it around the function Rgb. Can you see? So this color is exactly the same color we have here. So that same color, you can decide to say, okay, I want the X, I want the HSL for value. So we'll just copy the HSL value. Let's copy that. Come on. Okay, let's use another color for the HSL. Let's use this. Okay, let's copy the HSL value. Come on. Take that. Show this here. So write our HSL. Placing the color value. Can you see? So this is the color here. So that's how to play. These are color generator sites that you can go to get color inspirations. So there's also Hsl Picker. So Hsl Picker, you can come here. You can use it to generate different types of color by randomly moving this value. So this is a degree. You can see it's from 0 to 360. Can you see? So let's take let's say 300. We want the first degree to be percentage. Sorry, the saturation and lightness are always in percentage. So say let's say 30%. We want this to be in let's say 60%. Transparency level, let's leave it in 1. So I just copy this value and take it here. Let's take it to our code sandbox. So let's wipe this off. Can you see? Let's save that. Can you see the color? So that's the color. So sometimes when the alpha channel is 1, you don't need to include it. So that's HSL color picker. So let's look at another one, color hunt. Colorhunt.co. See, so these are color palettes. You can just click on them, shows you the X value for that particular color. There's one X value. So let's try this. Let's try this. So copy it. When you click on it, just copies it. You come here. So for the X, you always have to add the pound sign just before the value. Can you see? So let's try one more color. Let's try something different. Let's try this. Can you see? So that's it. So let's check one more. Material UI color. Okay, I think it's this material UI color. Okay, this is material UI color. Can you see? So you have different shades of color there. You can decide to color. Let's take this lemon color. Just click on it, copies it, the X value. So you can just come and paste the X value here. Can you see? So change this to lemon. So that's it.